championship. Yeah. Played well, led his team, did all he could. Just came up a bit short. It's part of the game.
What's happening? What's happening, y'all? Hey, they have really gave the Huskies their flowers today. We got like 14 people on the All Pack 12 team. But before we get there, man, before we get into the grits and gravy, let's talk about getting some subs in right quick, okay, y'all? Check me out. Yep, make sure you go there, like, comment, and subscribe, please. You already know what it is. Hit the notification bell, just make sure that you keep up to speed with the latest and the greatest, okay? Because we got some things popping off in there. Let's just say there might be a little bit of more controversy spewing out here, okay? With the Pac-12 team announcing, the Pac-12 conference announcing their awards and people that are being recognized. There was like a couple of funny placements, if you ask me. So I'm like, what? Okay, well, let's talk about it, because if you ask me, and I'm just kind of biased, I can't help but say that, you know, uh, um, we kind of have, at least one of the better uh, quarterbacks, if not the best in the country. Okay. That's a fact. We know that to be a fact. So there ain't nothing else for us to do but, hold our hold our tongues and see what's really going on, because we won the conference. I'd have to say, the quarterback essentially won, both matchups with Oregon, and it seems as though that might not be enough to be considered, um, I guess, worthy of being considered first team all conference. Okay, I said it first. All right, I said it first. You guys know me. I always say things first, and this is something I felt like had to be said. But before we get in there to the funny business, let's just go ahead and acknowledge who exactly did get honors from the University of Washington, and we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and mention the rest of them also. But definitely, some heads were turned on a lot of the stuff that was released today, okay? And I don't know if they're trying to set the precedence or whatnot, but we'll start off with this, okay? So let me go ahead and lay some things you guys can visualize off of. You know, the Pac-12 Player of the Year, okay, went to Mr. Bo Nix. All right. Now, if you ask me, Bo was definitely sturdy, you know what I mean? And definitely a great competitor and whatnot. But if I looked at his stats, I'd have to say, well, you didn't lead. You didn't lead. You weren't leading the country in yards thrown. And as a quarterback, that's kind of important. I mean, no, no shot, no shade thrown on him. You know what I'm saying? There was a quarterback that did lead the country from from the same conference, from our, beloved Huskies. And that's it. That's right. Mr. Penix. Okay. He definitely led the country in total yards thrown. So that's kind of a quarterback's job. Am I correct? Yes, there's some other elements. One of them is obviously being a leader. One of them is obviously conducting your team. Leading your team down the victory and down the road and all of those things. And it's safe to say that after facing what 5 teams of being the underdog and leading them to victory in various places, not just at home but on the road. I mean, that says a lot for the man's leadership and his contribution to the team. Okay. I'm just saying they kind of, if you ask me, they kind of snubbed them. And the reason why I speak on it, because this is starting to line up into more of some other things that might be happening. Okay. Some other things that'll be happening. And if you look at the statistics, you'll see Michael Penix is leading the country in total yards, and definitely, leading, this team into the, playoffs. There's only 4 teams left now, okay? And Oregon won one of them. I'm just saying, these are the type of things that sometimes are so-called factor in, but if you look at the groundwork that's already being laid, and it's kind of distressing to me because they went on ahead and gave Bo Nix Player of the Year for the Pac-12. Huh? I'm confused. I'm really confused right now. That's all I can tell you. I'm very confused, and I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? What's next now? Okay, what's next now? Does that mean that while they both going over to the Heisman, show, is this like an early peep in the, Bo goes all the way with the Heisman too? Because for them to, more or less snub our guy here already in just the Pac-12 awards, what is the message that's being said? And by his own conference. It's weird. It's heck of weird right now. So I feel a kind of way like, okay, I won't say the fix is in, but I'm just saying there's been a whole lot of favoritism from the start when you talk about Oregon Ducks and the Huskies. 2 times they've pushed them up to so-called beat the Ducks. I mean, beat the Huskies, beat the Huskies. That's all they said. Then when they lost in Seattle, I was like, oh, okay, well, you guys got that outstanding fan base, which we do, but I bet you they won't get to Vegas, and that won't be a factor. Wrong, wrong. I'm like, you guys really, really, really got the Northwest messed up. And it's getting to the point where it's getting plainly obvious that there's some things that are rolling against the Northwest, especially in regards to UW. So here's some more good news, though. Our coach, Washington's Kalen DeBoer, won his second year in a row Coach of the Year award from the Pac-12. So, shout out to him, man. Ain't he putting it down? He's putting it down. That's all I can say, man. The man's putting it down. There's no other way around that other than to say, hey, man, come on, man. Let's acknowledge the fact that this man is doing his thing, okay? We're winning. The Huskies are winning. We stay winning, and he is the cog and the foundation of what makes it go. All right, he's the cog and the foundation. So my thing is this, you know, with that being said, okay, we've got the coach of the year, right? Again, the coach of the year, returning coach of the year, right? We have the Pac-12 conference championship, right? Okay. We got the most players on the Pac-12 squad for, being all Pac-12 first and second team, even honorable mention. If you add them all up together, we got 14 players, all right? And we have a quarterback that's leading the nation in yards and second and third in several other categories. So what happened with him being first team along with everything else that we've done? We're the first team. We're first in the Pac-12 conference. We have the best coach in the conference. We have a quarterback that's leading the nation in yardage and not too far off on every other category. So why isn't Penix first team? If you ask me, this is a snub, and maybe even some things that are going to be showed down the line. The hands are being revealed, and that, at least from where I'm sitting, it's looking like they're getting ready to give Bo Nix the Heisman. And I'm like, they shouldn't have did that. If you ask me, if the Pac-12 was going to be unbiased and try to, hold back from, trying to sway people from, having a particular impact, whatever that is, that they should have held back on this till after the Heisman race. Just being more, sentiment and more sensitive to, the players that are involved in their conference. This is obviously a hot race, okay? And from my seat, I can see, and I've seen both of them, and I've seen that there were other levels of the game that should be, involved. And one of them being is, well, who won at the end of the day? Who didn't throw the ball away? Who didn't get picked? Who didn't? There were so many situations to where, you know, when it came to the head up play, Michael Penix won. Okay, he won, and I just don't see where he is the type of person, that there's nothing else you could say about him. There's nothing else you could say about him. Maybe they're like, well, he's got all this hardware already, right? He's got all this hardware, so let's let Bo get something. What? Give him the MVP of the Pac-12? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think what we're looking at here is a snubbing of another Washington team, affiliate, or player in the makings. This is disrespectful, if you ask me. Here's another disrespectful thing that's occurring. Guess who's favored in the Sugar Bowl? Oh, I don't have to tell you. This is easy. Of course, they are Texas. They're sugar. They're sugar coated. They've been sugar coated to win the game. All right. Now, mind you, the matchup, it does say different. We're gonna, go more exclusive on that when that time comes. All right. But just a week ago, Texas wasn't even in the picture. If it wasn't for the fact that Georgia lost to Alabama, all right, and Alabama moved up and they totally dissed FSU, the code is that, well, how are you going to put Georgia up there, at 12-1, and Alabama up there at 12-1, and say that Texas don't belong when they're the ones that beat Alabama? Okay, so it's a continuing cluster funk in the CFP. That's all I can tell you. And it's trickling down here, even into these conference so-called awards. All right. So let's just look at it like this. All right. UCLA's Latui Latu win the all 12 Pac-12 all conference Pac-12 player of the year. So that was nice. Um, and he was the defensive player of the year. So all I can say is there's a lot of juggling when it comes to our particular stance here, okay? So let's look at this. Okay, we're gonna see what they say. Okay, so in the All Pac-12, the players that made it through were I want to give you guys the specifics of which players on the Huskies made the cut because you know I mean the representation was nice, and I feel like them flowers being given out to the whole team should have also been example of what it is that the the team was about, and especially by you know especially by their indication of well, okay, if these guys are this good and the leader is also leading the country, then we got to acknowledge not just some of them but all of them, and that's where we're at with it. That's how I see it. And I don't know, man. It's just getting really college football is getting to be really uh what can I say? Just like a farce now. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to be a farce now, and that's why they need to clean this up. Sports Illustrated, they named it different. They said Huskies land just 4 players. All right. And then they said, and not Penix. So it's like you can see the fix being put in, all right? And they went on to say, no one in the Pac-12 could beat the University of Washington football team during this farewell season with the Pac-12. This is the last conference of the season, right? So it's like with the Huskies, the only entry to finish with a perfect 9-0 record in league annuals. But off the field, Kalen DeBoer's players continue to be ignored, downgraded, or simply downplayed. Okay? This is coming. This is coming now from inside the Huskies, right? And so we're on the same page. All right. On Tuesday, all conference teams voted by the coaches showed just 4 UW players on the first unit, 4 more on the second team, and none singled out as players of the year in the different offensive, defensive, and freshman categories. Wow. It's going down, y'all. It's going down. All right. So I'll read those off to you. All right. Offensive player of the year by Bo Nix, as I mentioned. All right. Bo got the win. And I'm pretty sure people were, shaking their heads like, really? Okay. Well, I want to say bro fix. Not Bo Nix, but bro fix. Don't get me don't get me wrong. I'm just throwing punches from my dogs. The Pat Tillman Defensive Player of the Year award, like I said, went to Latea Lutu of UCLA. Freshman of the Year award was by Noah Fifitna of Arizona, and Freshman Defensive Player of the Year was K. Ualavi of California. Coach of the Year, Kalen DeBoer. Okay. As you can see, in all of those categories, there's not one Husky mentioned. All right. This is weird. Straight up weird right off the rip. So, I mean, this is like, again, it's a slap in the face. They keep playing us, downplaying us. You know what I'm saying? And it's just getting to be Just outright disrespectful. Disrespectful. Um, I'm gonna just get to the list here. Okay, give me a second. But I just feel like, whatever they got against the dogs, man, I've been knowing about it for a long time because having experienced it myself, I know that there's something about Washington that they do not like. And it's just out and out disrespectful. Just disrespectful. I just feel like, we got to get these people, these people that are, so-called making these calls, especially like in regards to who's gonna be, in the playoffs and all that. That's just crazy to me. That's crazy that, you know, they're in control of what's going on with the Huskies. Not just the Huskies, but all these kids. So, but straight up though, Michael Penix to me was snubbed. I believe he should have got the doggone, you know, Player of the Year award. You know what I'm saying? First team, all Pac 12. You know what I'm saying? And both of them are going to, him and Bo Fix is going to the Heisman Trophy award ceremony. And they're going to take a vote. But I guess the Pac 12 is already laying it out there who they want to win. To me, that's something you shouldn't present until afterwards to remain unbiased. So it's just crazy to me that it went down like that. I'm just kind of disappointed. I believe that, Penix deserved way more respect than any of that. And I don't understand you know, where that came from. So it's just like, if we can't get this straight, man, maybe it's good that we're going to the Big 12, Big 10, whatever it's called, because this is just too much, you know? Okay, let me see. Bear with me right quick. Trying to find the specific names. Okay, we on it. 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 Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's the craziest thing I've ever been associated with. But that's the way it goes down here in so-called college football. So, man, you know what? Even the Pac-12 is just being kind of slighted, if you ask me. If you ask me, they're being slighted too. So, one of the people that I knew was going to get recognized because we have one of the best conference edge rushers was Braylon Trice. He was one of the people that was acknowledged. So it says 14 dogs were rewarded with spots on those teams. Air rusher Rashawn Braylon Trice. I knew he was going to be there. Linebacker Edifine Ulafucio, tackle Troy Funatana, and wide receiver Roman Adunze made the first team. Those are the first team people that got on. All right. I knew that Dunze was. We all knew that. That was a no-brainer. And I also had a feeling that Braylon Trice had made such an impact that he was going to be part of that too. So the second team, we're rounded out to this. All right. Said it belonged to Michael Penix, running back Dylan Johnson. I knew he was going to get some kind of award because he made noise out that backfield. You know what I'm saying? Center Parker Bradford and defensive back Jabbar Muhammad, I knew he was going to get his too. Made the second team. Rounding out honorable mentions was linebacker Carson Bruner. Yep. Tight end Devin Culp. I liked him. He was making a lot of impact for the Huskies as we went along. Safety Dom Hampton, tackle Roger Rosengartner, edge rusher, and tight end Jack Westover. When they made that catch, they got us into the had us winning the championship for the Pac-12. Yep, it's crazy. So y'all just bear with me on this. We gotta swallow this, as it is. It's par for the course. Them disrespecting the Huskies and doing the same type of tactics. It's just like, man, come on, man. We've been sold out. We've been sold out. They always sell us out. Even the Pac-12 wouldn't stand by it. That's crazy, and essentially, it's deep. It's a knife that cuts deep. All I can say is, come, to the Sugar Bowl. We're gonna be able to get a chance to certify, what Michael Penix is about, what he means, what he is to this team and whatnot, and him and those receivers, they're gonna make some noise. Well, I tell you, this guy here, right here, Adunze, he's going first round draft choice, no doubt about it. So most definitely. Now I want you all to make sure that you come back around. We're gonna get into this so-called matchup with the University of Texas, right? And then we're also going to get into the matchup with Michigan and Alabama, man. So give me some input. Tell me what you think. You're surely going to be down there at the Sugar Bowl. And hey, man, let's go Dogs, okay? Most definitely. It don't matter what they think about us because we're going to make sure they know about us. And that's it at the end of the day. What you said.
Go Dogs, we're going to make it to the playoffs this year.
All right, that's what's up. Thank you very much. Yeah, you look like a little husky. Yeah. All right, you're good. Thank you, sir. All right.